You better bring your ass on. There's money on the floor. 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 She's a savage bitch. Run those to the floor. She run for that money. You know she a bore. Paying your needs, but she can take a look. Taking that ass till she can't no more. Drop that, break that, wiggle that back. Break that, work that, break that back. Break that back. Bend them knees. Bend them knees till you can't no more. It's money on the floor. Give me some more. It's money on the floor. She's taking it all. It's money on the floor. It's money on the floor. There's 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 money on the floor. She like expensive shit. She got ass to hit. She twerk that shit like she trying to fit her. She like cats and chips, moving fast and shit. She love you a long time if you get a girl tip. Twerk that, break that, break that back. Drop that, break that, wiggle that back. Wiggle that back. Bend them knees till you can't no more. There's money on the floor. She's taking the Lord. There's money on the floor. Give me some more. There's money on the floor. 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 Drop that, break that, wiggle that back. Break that, break that, break that back. Break that back. Bend them knees, you can't no more. It's money on the floor. She taking the Lord. It's money on the floor. Give me some more. It's money on the floor. It's money on the floor.
Okay, what's good, everybody? I made it. I'm here, y'all. It's the official King Pain, and it is our favorite time of the week. It's Thursday, and it is time for the Gentlemen's Panel. This time, I want everybody to drop some crowns in the comment for all the gentlemen of the Gentlemen's Panel. Okay, starting with Captivating Christian. Hurt. Oh, did I mess up? Okay. Cap, are you frozen? All right, we're gonna come back to Cap because I think he's frozen. Okay. Yes, moving right along. We have Brother Jay Wilson.
Yes. What's going on? There's money on the floor.
Period. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing? I know you've been rushing. Just in case y'all didn't know, before y'all jump on him, My boy Payne had to go in and curl some hair and do some hand things because they done opened it back. So I hope you had your mask on. But he was trying to make that money on the flow. But we think that he made it safely. So
Absolutely. And then we have none other than the Rebel Son.
Hey,
Hey, Rebel. What's good?
y'all.
What's going on? How you doing today?
Nothing much over here stuff in my mouth.
Again.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm so lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Period. And captivating Christian.
Happy birthday, boy.
Hey, thank you.
Happy birthday, old timer.
I tell you, them eyebrows on fleek. Okay.
Natch.
Period. How are you doing today, captivating? Is it your
good.
birthday?
I'm good. Well, it was Monday, but I'm still celebrating. So,
Okay, I'm here. I've been celebrating too. You know my birthday is tomorrow, so period. Keeping it lit all month for cancer season. Period. Cancer stand.
Yeah.
Yes. And today we have a special guest. Okay. Yes, we have my friend Tristan Joseph. Her.
Hey.
Hey, Tristan.
Everybody say hi, Tristan.
How's everybody doing today?
You doing all right?
Absolutely. How are you doing today, Tristan?
I'm blessed and highly favored.
Period.
Okay,
Kiriana.
And Jay Lane
Period.
Right.
Yes. Well, welcome to the gentleman's panel. Okay. Before we get into some things, why don't you start off by telling the panel a little bit about yourself?
I guess you can say I'm an artist at heart. I'm a self-taught makeup artist. Born and raised in California. I currently reside in Oakland, but I just recently moved back home to the West Coast. I lived in New Orleans for the past 10 years. That's the place that kind of raised me, and I found out a lot about myself, and I found out what I like, what I didn't like, and now that place has got me to where I am now, I decided to come back home and kind of move forward in the direction of my career and the things that I kind of want to do in life and accomplish.
Absolutely. Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into some things. Is everybody ready?
I guess, yeah.
Well, it's hard to keep it lit. Okay, period. Okay, so with all of this Black Lives Matter stuff going on, there's been a lot of Caucasian people in their feelings, okay? And the question is being posed, do white lives matter, okay? At a soccer game, a football game in England the other day, during the national anthem, everybody took a knee. And during that knee, someone flew an airplane over the stadium with a huge sign that said, white lives matter. This was in Burnley, England, okay? So the stuff that's going on here in America has traveled overseas, and the question is being raised. Okay, we all know that all lives matter, especially Black lives, because we're the ones that are suffering right now. But do white lives matter, in your opinion? And give me your thoughts on that, Brother Jay.
First of all lives matter, but we know what the deal is. Black people are incarcerated at a higher rate than white. Kids in high school who do the same thing as white kids are suspended at a higher rate. I look at the drug situation when meth and opioids hit, they got clinics for those people. When crack was out, I never seen there was a crack clinic for Black folk. So my thing is Black people came to the country pretty much behind the line because of slavery. You cannot tell me 500 years of slavery, 50 years of Jim Crow, and you're going to think everything is going to be equal. And we know that there's systematic racism. So now with all of the police brutality, we're seeing it on TV with the NASCAR racer getting a noose put in his area. And now they're trying to discredit him. Hell yeah, Black Lives Matter. And we're not saying anybody else's life doesn't matter, but Black lives does matter. And I think people listen to white lives when they're complaining about the economy and we got to help working class white men during the election. So we hear about white people. Levittown was built for white people because they wanted white people to get into the middle class. But, they've gotten their affirmative action. Now Black people's lives are mattering because now we're at the forefront, and I think they tend to forget. And I think that's what it's all about.
Well, I think that people are asking, particularly Caucasian people, because a lot of them are being exposed now as being racist with all the Karen videos and the Kens and stuff like that. Do you feel like white lives are in danger?
They've never been in danger. It's just sad. You can tell the difference. If I call the cops, I may get a cop over here, but if a white person call the cops, they have privilege. They have privilege, and the thing is, Black lives not only matter, but Black lives are important. We always want to start our lives with slavery. We were great people way before slavery. And so I think our history matters. I think when people know that we are somebody and we were not subhuman brought over here to work land, I think they'll get it. I think people need to be educated.
Absolutely. Periana to the Perrier. Leave it up to the official Kingpin to ask the difficult, sticky, itchy questions, okay? That you don't want to answer, but you got to. Period. Because this is the gentleman's panel, okay? There's no other place on earth like the gentleman's panel that you can go to and get the perspective, okay, of young men, okay? So, moving right along. Captivating Christian. How do you feel? Do white lives matter?
White lives have always mattered. That's why they were always in history books and everywhere else. And we just started talking about us, slavery probably, and a little bit after. But white lives has always mattered. They've always been at the forefront, so much so that they themselves didn't even realize it until things came about where, hey, you got to pay attention to somebody else. But other people are suffering as you begin to go along your life and not pay attention to the rest of the world. So, yeah, they've always mattered, and they just come to realize that. And now, because people have, I guess, excluded them from the conversation a bit, a lot of them, are angry. So, what do you want?
Absolutely. It seemed like a lot of them didn't care whether or not if they mattered until we started to matter.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, but it's just off the simple premise of them always mattering. I mean, you can go to Washington, D.C., you see nothing but white statues of white men everywhere. A little bit of, I mean, you got Dr. Martin Luther King now, and, there, but I mean, it's been nothing before then but praising white men and the historical evolution that white men and white people have done. So yeah, now that they have to really pay attention and really get schooled on the reality of things, it's a bit different. There's some people that come from.
Absolutely. So, moving right along, Rebel Son, I'm going to ask you now, do white lives matter?
I think white lives do matter, but there's been a huge disparity between whites and blacks. Until white people have to tell their young white boys to be careful when they go out in the streets, they don't have to tell their younger, the black, their white kids don't have that talk. Be careful out there. If the police pull you over, make sure you do this, make sure you do that. So, I mean, people that don't look like you or I have made laws. You're telling me that I can vote now. People like me, like us, didn't tell us that we had the right to vote. So it's like a lot of times, I think any life is precious. But in the times that we're living in now, I think that you do have to put a spotlight more so on us we're being jailed and killed at an alarming rate. So I do think that we should definitely, there are white people that are jumping on to support us, but there's forever, my grandparents talking about how they couldn't go here and couldn't go there. Whites have never experienced that. So this whole thing of entitlement, me being in the South, I know that my experienced things that my nephews never have experienced, but there's always that little seedy element of that carryover from that old guard that's been implemented into the younger generation. The police officer that kneeled on George Floyd's neck. I'm sure he came from a background of blacks supposedly knowing their places. So yes, I do think that all lives matter, but more so, I'm looking at my people to be more so under the spotlight right now, but that's why I stand on it.
Honey, you mute, boo boo, you mute.
We gotta do sign language now.
So that means it was your mic.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So I'm going to ask you now, how do you feel about all the Karens and the Kens being exposed? It's all over social media. It's all over my timeline. That's all I see now on my timeline is Karen this, Karen that. Rebel.
I was reading that article about a group of Karens that pursued a black guy and his girlfriend. Now, it was just a bunch of Karens Karening, and one of them got popped. And I think that it's tragic, but you should have not. You played a part in your death, because what if those people would have ran off the road? Or it was like then the mother saying, white lives should matter, and people in the questions in the comments talking about white lives should matter. But again, me growing up in the South, I've experienced that whole thing of your place. When I was living in a house in the north side here in Houston, the white woman asked me, I was out of Gardner. Now you asking me, I'm sitting here with a 2-door sports car getting something out the back seat, and you're asking me, am I the gardener of this house? And I looked at her and started laughing, because you see a black person with scrubs on, but I'm the gardener. Do you do? I'm looking for a landscaper. What the hell? So yeah, I think that the Karens, they feel that we have a place, and we're never looked at as being equal to them. It's like, you could be my daughter's friend because you're a gay black man, but Lord have mercy, you better not be straight and be a friend, because you may get her pregnant. I've experienced that as well. So yes,
My.
There's an influx of Karens right now.
Period. My. And as they should. I'm totally here for people, the Karens of the world, getting exposed, okay? But let's not start using it as the weapon, you guys. Because I seen a video the other day of this man who chased down a woman who flicked him off, okay? And it almost seemed as if he was using the camera and social media as a weapon, because he was upset that she flipped him off, and not so much that he was called the N-word, because he only brought the N-word up when he was being pressured by another white man. But that's neither here or there. Okay, I'm just saying, let's not use the whole exposing and the Karen and the Ken thing as a weapon, because then people are going to stop paying attention. Okay, let's expose the people that need to be exposed. Period. Okay. So moving right along. Okay, shout out to the 100 and something people in the room. Make sure that you guys are liking this live and sharing this live. Okay, that's the best way to support your favorite YouTubers. Okay, they're all right here. Period. Hey! Who else? Who else? Who else? Okay. Anyway, moving right along. Okay, Tristan, I'm gonna ask you: do white lives matter?
At the moment, no. And I say that because they're not in a place of oppressed. They haven't been discriminated against. They're not being killed. They're not going through the same things that us colored individuals are going through, people of color. So saying white lives matter and trying to make it about them, it's been about y'all for how many years now? It's not about y'all right now. It's about trying to make this place a better place for everybody who's living here. I'm fighting for the same things that my ancestors fought for. So it's just very like draining and heartbreaking every time you get on the internet and see that your people is continuously being discriminated against because at the end of the day, they look at us as a threat, you know, and it's sad. It's really sad. And it's something that's being taught over and over and over and over again, you know, and it's ignorance. It's pure ignorance.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. I think that is pure ignorance as well. Um, so then I would like to ask you, do you feel like white lives are, well, you said white lives are not in danger, okay? So do you feel like the whole Karen and exposing thing um, is an assault, can be considered
I don't
assault
think it's
because
an assault. We're just bringing everything to the light. I mean, being
well,
somebody who grew up in California and then actually lived 10 plus years in the South, being in the South, things are very much like in your face, black and white, no in between. But growing up in California, there's a lot of people who's in your face and they think you think they're your friend, but as soon as they close the door or as soon as it's mad day, it's a whole nother story. So yes, I think exposing people for who they are is something that needs to happen because there's a lot of things that go on behind these closed doors with these corporations, people you think that's your friends. And how I feel, like I'm not fake about anything. I'm very transparent about who I am, and I need you to be the same with me. So if you don't feel me, you don't like me, you hate me, I need to know this up front. I don't want to find it out later on down the line because now I'm put in a very awkward situation that can lead to something that's much bigger than what this is. Like it could have been avoided a long time ago.
yes, a lot of white people are feeling attacked. They're feeling because they're losing their jobs behind this. You know what I'm saying? And my thought is, it serves you right, okay? Like that Vince character in the Crap House in Maryland, he was online on social media making all kind of salacious and racist remarks, okay? Somebody exposed him, okay? His clientele there at the Crap Shack is 80% African American, okay? So they're like screwed. He's asking for $500,000 on GoFundMe to relocate him and his family because he's scared. They're scared now. So, these people absolutely need to be exposed. Let's just make sure that we're exposing the right ones. As far as do white lives matter? I'm going to ask everybody to go ahead and reach behind them and pull out their Bible. Okay, period. Oh, y'all don't got their Bibles? It's okay, because I'm going to summarize, okay? I want everybody to turn to Luke 15 if you got your Bible, okay? I'm going to summarize it, though, okay? It says there are 100 sheep, but one goes missing, okay? Jesus leaves the 99 sheep and goes after the one, okay? The 99 says, but what about us? Don't we matter?
Read.
Jesus said, of course, the 99 still matter, but they're not the ones in danger. The one is. So I'll say it again. Black lives matter, okay? And we matter right now in particularly because our lives are in danger. I don't know how more clear that I can make it. You know what I'm saying? But all lives matter, okay? It's just right now, the black ones are being taken out. Period. So moving right along, isn't this like the littlest show on earth? Here, we keeping it lit over here, okay? Yes.
I will. Before you go on, I will say this though: we do need to sweep around our own yards. Meaning, as far as at this time, you killing somebody because of the Jordans they may have or an argument y'all had outside the club is unnecessary. So
Totally.
we definitely need to keep that part of.
But let me say something to that. That's easy to say when you have it. But white people do the same thing in Springfield, Richmond, Indiana, Springfield, Ohio, and Middletown, Ohio. Whenever there's a lack of economic opportunity, people are going to take still.
Yes,
We just get the media put on us because
we
that's
already know that the media shines a light on us in that.
you understand that. But when you know what they're trying to do, and if you know that economic problems is going to have you in a situation, then it becomes economic and education.
Okay,
And that's what Black Lives Matter, because Black people
economic.
hey, you need to invest in these communities. You need to do X,
But
Y,
right now we don't have. Right now we don't have that. So I'm saying until we get that from the elected officials that we vote for with our voting power, then right now what we have to do is we gotta, even if you gotta go out the street and do like.
Well, I need those people in West Virginia and those people on the east side of Ohio and Kentucky to get their crap together too. Because I'm tired of Black people tearing down Black. Yes, we got to get stuff together. Don't act like other folk don't have their stuff together.
I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying to you is what the media portrays, which is the very powerful thing that showcases us as criminals to begin with. What they portray is just us. They don't portray themselves. That's the reason why.
I understand, but classism is classism, period. And all I'm saying is we're not the only ones who are going through this. And I understand, but I don't want us to get off the focus talking about people shooting each other for Jordans and stuff.
But Jay,
you heard about they was able to separate.
It ain't no different. It is no different than the man still in the truck in West Virginia.
They were able to separate classes by using racism. I
don't do that.
What they're doing right now.
I don't do the comparison.
That's what they're doing.
I can speak from experience. I can speak from my experience.
Absolutely not. White people do the same thing. So
I'm not saying that they don't, but they use classism, they use racism to separate classes. So therefore, with racism, there is no classism. It's just us and them.
Yes.
So all they're going to focus on. So when they do kill us, when their cops do kill us, and we're all marching in the streets, as soon as one of us kills one of us, that's their only argument. My point is, stop giving them an argument.
Well,
I agree.
As long as we have Black flight and Black people leaving and not coming back to those neighborhoods, then what do you expect? So you're right. Because some of that is
white people. But what about the neighborhoods?
I lived in a community where people came back and got those inner city kids and did something. But it's easy to say.
That's cool. But what about the white? What about the Black neighborhoods that the white people move into? So then what are we saying at that?
You don't say nothing about that either, but we'll go buy some weave. But anyway, I'm done. We'll go put some weave in our hat. I mean, okay. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I don't have to. I can grow my hair. This is my hair.
Now.
Okay.
Ernest was just a fluke, and I didn't pay for that. That was given.
But he was still there.
He was. It was given.
Yes, the conversation is getting hot, you guys. Yeah. Make sure that you guys are hitting that like button. Make sure that you guys are commenting, okay, and that you share this live, okay, because it's getting hot, okay. Conversation is getting hot, okay. We're getting into some things, okay. So, speaking of power, speaking of weapons, okay, something that I feel like we need to weaponize. Okay, the Black dollar. Okay, why? I think Captivating was talking about. We need to buy land and houses and stuff like that. Black people need to start investing. We need to take back our power. Okay, and the power is and the dollar. Okay, we need to buy black. Are you guys buying black? Period. Rebel Son, are you buying black?
Right now, I've been going to a black. I only go to black realtors. Um, it's hard here in Houston to find a lot of black-owned businesses. I can go to restaurants like the Turkey Leg Hut, or there's a car washing business that's pretty prominent here that's black-owned near the medical center. So I go there, but I'm looking, and I go to some of the clothing stores that are in our museum district that are black-owned. But I think I made even the dental office that I go to is black owned. So I'm putting my money in those areas. But there's not a lot of small black owned businesses here that I've seen. They've opened up a site that you can look at now and find black businesses here in Houston. But, I think it's imperative because we make up 1.1 trillion of the buying. We have 1 trillion
Buying power.
here in the U.S., but we only make up 7% of small Black-owned businesses. So I think that number is a little alarming with the percentage. But I do think that we should invest more and, encourage our youth to start Black-owned businesses.
Absolutely. And if there's anybody that is looking for a black business to invest in, there are 5 black businesses on this screen right now that you guys can invest in at any given time. Period. Why not start now? Okay. So Rebel Son, what are your thoughts about the power of the black dollar?
I mean, like I was saying, we make up 1.1 trillion of the buying power here. A lot of I think we do need to start putting black-owned businesses in because you go to our neighborhoods and you see a lot of Asian-owned hair shops, nail places, and the strange thing is when you the Asian-owned hair shops, they're following the patrons around. And you want our money, but you're making us feel like we're intruders. But I do think that we have to definitely, we have power. We do make up a lot of the revenue here in the country. We do need to just implement our power more so.
Absolutely. We have $1 trillion worth of buying power, but we don't own anything.
70% of the small businesses.
Yeah, that's so crazy. So we're talking about buying power. We're talking about the black dollar. Are you buying black, Captivating Christian?
I do buy black when I can. I will say that some black businesses, your prices are way, 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 way too much. And if I'm gonna spend $400 for some headphones just because somebody black made them, and I can turn around and buy some white person's headphones for a lot less, I get it that it's a lot harder to, get the product or do whatever. A lot of times because of black business, but sometimes I think price gouging is a bit much. And that's something that I think all across the board that needs to be worked out. However, that's done. But yeah, black people have a lot of buying power. The 1-day blackout, that's cool. But I think it's definitely an issue when after that 1 day, then what happens? We get back to normal. Everybody's on Amazon shopping again. Everybody's doing whatever shopping again. So then what are you saying? Because you'll make it back up. That day that they miss out, they'll make it back up the next day. It's like we need to keep something going to where in which they will always feel this thing. They will always know. Just like how they're hunting for the black vote right now and making sure that black women are on par voting and everything, because they know that if they don't get a certain amount of black women voting or black people voting in certain states, Trump will be in the White House again. They know this. That's the same kind of thing we need to do with our dollars.
So Would you say that Black people need to invest in politics financially?
Yeah, Black people need to invest in a lot of things, and we need to not take it for granted just because, who we voted for may be in office. We need to constantly make sure that we are keeping, um, keeping on them, not relinquishing anything. We're making sure that just as much as we wanted them in, or just as much as we wanted these policies changed, that we will continuously be on them. And that's the problem that we have even in our inner city, in our communities. The reason why the police are able to do the things that they do is because we were not getting on the phone to the mayor, to our city councils, and saying, "Hey, what the hell is going on? Why is this happening?" Everybody was just kind of like, "Well, I guess that's just how it's supposed to be." Because the counterparts, they don't play them games. If the police starts harassing one of their kids like that and starts, "Hey, where you not supposed to be?" They tell their parents, they on the phone instantly, calling whoever they are connected to say, "Hey, this officer number, blah, 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 stopped my son last night. Did you check him out?" And that's how that stops. But we don't have those connections yet. That's why we need to get the people in office that are about our interests, the way we can have those connections to say, "Hey, I don't want this in my neighborhood. I don't want this in my area." Get on the phone with the mayor. Let him know this ain't happening if he wants our vote or she wants our vote. Plain and simple.
I just feel like a lot of Black people don't want to invest in politics. There's not a lot of us there, and we never seem to be represented properly. So it kind of almost feels like a bad investment.
Yeah, but see, well, that's where you're wrong. Everything ain't about money. Politics is definitely about power, and with power brings money. So in politics, you got to make the choice. Either you want the power, because the power is going to bring you money, because the money can come and go, but that power can stay with you for a while. That power can have you pick up the phone if you're in jail for wrongly accused of whatever and say, "Hey, blah, 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 blah," make your one phone call and you be out in a couple of hours. That's power.
Okay, on period, period. To the period, I need some power. Okay, hey. So Tristan, what's up, man? Are you buying Black?
I try to buy Black as much as I can. We definitely need to support each other in order to bring back our communities that we lost to years ago. But what people fail to realize is that like our people have been put in situations where they weren't able to buy property, and it's just so many things that were put in line to stop us from succeeding in life. And now that the information I feel like is out there for everybody to get, we should be able to come together as a whole and try to rebuild what our ancestors were trying to do decades ago.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you had unlimited resources, let's say you just had a ton of money in the bank, okay, millions and millions of dollars, what would you do to implement change?
We definitely need our own bank.
Mm-hmm.
We need to have our own banks. We need to go back to Black Walmart, what was destroyed and taken away from us that was built so long ago. I mean, we have to start. Yeah, we have to rebuild what was taken away.
Okay, absolutely. So you would just start buying land and building houses. I mean, you'll create a Black community.
People who are fortunate to do stuff like that, yes, but it tends to. I mean, when Black people tend to get money, they tend to forget a lot of things, and they don't care anymore, and it's not their issue, and it really affects all of us as a group of people.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right.
When you look at all these other cultures going on, when you look at the Latinos, when you look at the Asians, when you look at the Middle Easterns and the Jews, guess what? They spend their money in their community. They keep their money in their community. They marry within their community to keep that money flowing for their community.
And only 2% of the money that Black people spend goes back into Black-owned businesses. 2%
Wow, that's crazy.
of every
That is
dollar.
crazy. Brother Jay, are you buying Black right now?
I am buying Black. I have been buying Black. I think a lot of people saw that when we had our Labor Day event. And I not only used the Black restaurants, but we had a Black caterer. We had a person who was a masseuse. She was phenomenal. My realtor, my real estate agent is Black. And so my tailor, we have a tailor in San Antonio who's Black. So there are a lot of Black businesses. And the person who's over our electric company is a Black woman. She is the head. In investing Black, you all, I am now going to start looking into investing my money at United One Bank, which is One United, rather, which is a bank, which is the largest Black-owned bank. My friend actually did the credit card, the Harriet Tubman card. I think they said that she looked like she was doing the Wakanda sign, which wasn't the case, but that particular credit card is a Black bank. That was for a Black bank. And so we can invest. If you're in Maryland, the Harbor Bank of Maryland is a bank. Omega Sapphire in Atlanta have a credit. They have a credit union that you can invest in. In Washington, D.C., Phi Beta Sigma Federal Credit Union. In Los Angeles, One United Bank again. So there are Black banks, and we need to find them and, and look into them. So that's my thought on that.
Absolutely. We absolutely should take our money, okay, and put them in Black banks, okay? And we should definitely be investing in our own people. And I absolutely agree with you there. Brother Jay, I don't know where you went, but if you can hear me.
Can you hear me?
Look, if you had unlimited resources, okay, let's say you had a ton of money in the bank, okay, what would you do to implement change in the Black community?
I think helping people with financial literacy, making sure people get a trade and or education. I think you have to work on the long-term strategy. That would be the long-term strategy. The short-term strategy is to invest in businesses, but letting people know that you got to have a business plan. You got to think this thing out. One thing I think we don't do in the Black community is really a lot of peer review to really flesh things out. You need those people who are going to ask you those tough questions. Well, what if this happens? What are your plans? If we give you this money and this happens, what are your plans? So I think a business plan, a thorough business plan, these things need to be implemented. If the bank doesn't give you the money, then how are you going to raise capital? I think those things are extremely important. And I think churches have a lot to play into it as well. Our churches used to be civil rights, financial, and everything, but right now they're pretty much for themselves, unfortunately. But I think that that's where the majority of our people go and still meet. And I think that a lot of churches should be doing these things, not scamming the people with pyramid schemes, but
Let's see how that works out.
yeah. Well, some churches do. They have a credit union in Philadelphia, and it's a church-owned credit union, and they're doing pretty well. So it can be done. I've seen it. But, you have to have the right people with the right mind and the right ethics.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. So for me, I buy Black. I do a lot of business with Black people all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do a lot of trading, because, I have all these skills. So I like, if you have a skill set that I don't have, like a mechanic, I'll do your hair, or you come to my studio or something like that. And, we kind of exchange services. I do that with a lot of people, Black businesses. Okay. But there are things that I don't buy that's not Black, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of Black businesses and stuff are hard to get to, and I'm like an instant gratification type of person, so I need stuff instantly. When I want it, I need it, and it's there at Walmart. So I'm not gonna, but it'd be great if if there was a black store on every corner. I'm looking for that. That's why I'm telling black businesses what are you waiting for? It's time to start. If you got an idea, if you got a business in your head and you've been waiting, the time is now, because the black people are looking. We're looking for things to buy and invest. Okay? Period. So you said something, Brother Jay, about peer review. And you're absolutely right. We do need to, give constructive criticism to our black businesses so that they can be better, and not only give constructive criticism, but offer help, invest. That's how they get bigger and better. Invest in the business. Ask them if they need help. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these businesses are mom and pop stores, and they don't have no financial backing. They don't have no loan from the bank. They got it out the mud. You know what I'm saying? So there may be some investment opportunity there.
Yeah,
but
and it doesn't hurt that we invest in other businesses. I may not know how to do hair, but if you do it, I can invest to get you started and say, hey, I want a percentage of. That's how you have to do. Business is business, and I just think that we have to kind of do those things. That's going to help us.
Absolutely. But the only thing about criticism, constructive criticism, a lot of black people don't take constructive criticism well at all. They be ready to fight you. You tell them something wrong with any part of their business.
Yeah, it's called peer review, and people who've already been there, done it. And you want to make sure that you anticipate everything that's going to happen. Some things may slip by, but you want to get peer review. I have a friend who's a makeup artist for Amon, and he does a lot of makeup. And trust me, they talk to him, and he listens. And you just have to take it in, and you can't take things personally. You can't take things personally.
Absolutely, because at the end of the day, we all want to see black people win. That's what the world is telling us right now. They taking knees and protesting in England and overseas and Europe and all kind of places. The world is paying attention to us right now. Okay, so it's time for us to unite and stand. Okay, speaking of, the black dollar, and things that we are spending our money on, Pepsi, is getting ready to remove Aunt Jemima from the syrup, from the syrup, Aunt Jemima, she was a slave, and basically, the Pepsi has been capitalizing off of her image for years, and the family hasn't received any money from the use of their grandmother's likeness. So they're removing her image from the syrup because it's triggering. And those type of images don't represent the black person well. What are your thoughts, starting with you, Tristan?
Definitely change is good. I think change is good for everybody. It's a very sensitive subject. It's definitely something that needs to go. Especially if you're going to just portray it and give this half photo of what it actually is. If you gonna make money on it, just put it all out there. That lady was bound to a chain to a table, with pancakes in her hand. That is some racist stuff. The company should be held accountable for it. I don't agree with it. It's being brought to light, and I think that the branding of that particular syrup needs to change immediately.
So Pepsi recognizes that this is bad, and they're going to put $400 into black communities in order to lift black people up.
400 what?
Million.
Okay,
But
you
my
said I said okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is
I
that
think
supposed
like a
Girl,
stimulus.
$400 more, you can get
What?
I'm about to say, what the hell is that gonna do? Nothing.
Okay, so they're gonna put 400
But my
million.
whole thing, $400 million. Okay, but my whole thing is they've been using Aunt Jemima's likeness for this whole entire time. Pepsi Cola. And the family has received nothing. You think that you're just going to throw some money at us and we're going to forget about all the things? You know what I'm saying? Like, give that family some money. Pay that family off. They're speaking out and they're upset and they're outraged about their grandmother being removed from the syrup because that's like, I don't know why they want her on there so bad. You know, they feel like that
Oh,
something's
so
been
the
taken
family
from them.
wants to keep the image on the bottom.
Were they ever
Yeah.
being paid for our image being on?
I mean, if they
They haven't-
haven't been paid for, why would they want to keep an image
Right.
of that
That
on
doesn't
the bottom?
make sense.
But I mean, I would feel some type of way. You're just gonna take the image down, and we still. I mean, we haven't received
Well,
nothing.
that's
We're
what
not
the
gonna leave
family
nothing.
should be fighting for is money for their family, and to have the image removed from the product is what the family should be worried about at this point.
First of all, my whole
Or they should be fighting for ownership of the product. They should keep the image, but they should own. They should own the syrup and the distribution. They need to give that product to that family, and they should be living off of their Aunt Jemima's legacy. Period. Like they just, these people feel like these big corporations owned by these Caucasians feel like they can throw their money around, and we just gonna be quiet.
because they
No, they stole that syrup. They stole the product. They stole the image. They need to give it back. All the money that they've made from that, they need to give it back. It's stolen money. Period.
Okay.
But that's just how I feel. How do you feel about it, Brother Jay?
It reminds me of The Imitation of Life, 1939, when they used that woman's image and only gave her 20% and owned everything. I think the same thing with Uncle Ben. You know, the Aunt Jemima became an advocate for education and freedom, and she spoke and she used that image to the betterment of her people. She didn't die a poor woman, but I think the image should be gone. That Hattie Mae, Aunt Jemima, that mammy type image should be gone, because even though they tried to make Aunt Jemima updated and give her a new hairstyle and some, but it's still the image and the Uncle Ben's image and all of this stuff. It goes back to the good old days when Black people were in the area of being subservient, a maid, somebody to cook for me, be my butler, and I just think that the family needs to be paid and the image needs to go.
Absolutely. Captivating Christian, how do you feel?
my question is, why all this time wasn't it never an issue? Because it should have been an issue before. That is my problem. That it was never an issue before until people started to be like, okay, now we're going to cancel stuff if all of these things and take these things down and so on and so forth. So yeah,
It is because we are living in an unprecedented time. Black lives has never mattered like this before. If they would have come out with this story before, nobody would have paid attention, and they'll be back right here again telling the story.
That is just my point. Why is it that it didn't concern you or behoove you, as the person would say, to look into that when you started to use the affirmative action and all these other things to include people of color in your boardrooms or in your meetings? Why did that not?
I think Black people have always tried to say it and have been ignored because, of course, it's the moneymaker and the people who have the power again. I just think because of the Black Lives Matter situation, it has galvanized some things where people thought Blacks were being too sensitive or get over it and all of that. And then they see this man die. And now people are rethinking it. I mean, why haven't Confederate flags and Confederate statues been moved? Well, because we've been trying to do it. But now I guess people, the majority is seeing how bad it is, and it's an embarrassment to them, and now they're going to take them down. So I don't think Black people have never fought for it, but they have been ignored, and it's about the power again. Now people are really concerned.
I haven't saying that Black people haven't fought for it, but I'm just saying, as a company, as a whole, for you to sit back and go, "Oh, now I see it, that it can be racist or it can be discriminatory." Like,
but they were making money. The
right,
companies
exactly
it's about money.
Exactly my point. You forego it being any kind of derogatory, racist, anything of that nature to make money, and as long as you was making money, it got to the point where, oh, now they really cancel stuff. Now they really just say, "Oh, you know, we're not going to buy this. We're going to buy that."
Well, it goes
Captivating Christian
was saying with the economic dollar, and stop buying Pepsi products. And
you know what? It shouldn't matter how long it take. You know what I'm saying? What is ours is ours. They need to give us back what belongs to us. Period. They've been stealing from us for over 400 years.
You know how much
time that we take back.
That's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say. Right. Like, you know how much stuff they have to give back to us. So to say that,
all of that, okay.
The White House, Washington D.C.,
the Railroad Commission. I mean,
do we not need it? Is it not necessary? Do we not need our land? Do we not need our finances? Do we not need our products? We need our capital.
And they're not going to just hand it over and give it to us. At this point, we're going to have to take it, and that's going to come with casualties. Okay,
but you know, I think Black people really need to stand up, though. I'm tired of seeing people get reparations. I'm tired, and even though the Indians were treated the Native Americans, rather, indigenous people were treated so badly. But baby, they sure got an old nasty piece of casino down in the Everglades. And they got one in
Connecticut, one in Connecticut, and making tons of money.
Kickapoo in Texas,
and Mohegan's Son in up in the Northeast. Like, so I don't want to hear like I'm you know, and yeah, part of my family buddies in it too, but I just don't. I cannot rock with that. Like, there's no reason why. Well, I mean, I know why that reparations is not forefront in this process of you want to move forward or you want to turn the page, then pay the people.
And can I say one more thing about the Aunt Jemima? I was watching Joan Crawford's story, baby, and she told, that was no joke, and she knew her worth. And she said, I will get on television and I will ruin you. So that white woman has some power. And I think we need to get some power to say, you know what, if you screw with me, we'll stop drinking your product.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of that power, though, comes politically. It don't come just from you saying, oh, you're going to stop. Because what happens when we say, oh, we're going to stop buying your product or stop. A lot of us don't. We don't collectively come together and say, you know, we're gonna stop doing it. So like with what was it? Forgive me. Was it Gucci? They had the black face, the lips. Now, okay, some people at first it was, I'm not. Did you see what Gucci did? Other people was like, well, they ain't do nothing to me. I'm still buy my Gucci.
Yeah, but we're not in the King era. Black people used to stick together and not ride the bus. Yeah. They stick together, but we're not in that era no more because we're not like the Jewish people to remind our children to struggle.
But why? But why not? Why not?
No, I'm not saying I'm not giving you. I don't know.
I'm not saying not. I'm not
giving you reason, but they don't forget. They don't forget.
We shouldn't. We should never. We should never. We should always be educating our children and educating our kids. Like, I'll give you a prime example. Even in my own life, my grandmother didn't really go into detail about her growing up in the South. She just said that it was different. Water fountains and bathrooms you couldn't use. She didn't go into the deep, dark stuff because I guess it was painful. But when I learned it for myself, I was like, Oh damn. You know, but we have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, but we have to educate ourselves. We cannot be so ignorant to think, oh, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That happened way before, blah blah blah, moving forward. No, we cannot do that. We cannot afford to do that. Our lives depend on it at this point.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. I definitely don't want the momentum to go away, and we definitely need to keep it up. It should never calm down again. We need to continue keeping it pushing on. So, Rebel Son, the ball is in your court. Are we going to keep Aunt Jemima on the bottle or get rid of her? The choice is yours.
I would say get rid of it because it came from the minstrel tradition of a lot of white people wearing blackface, making black actors wear whiteface. The image of a house mammy that's submissive cooking for white people, that's not an image. That goes back to the image of Tom and Jerry cartoon with the big mammy, you know, hey, Tom, you know, running around. It's huge. Yeah, I mean, it was just a mockery of black people. Just, and I think that that whole Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben, you know, Uncle Ben, Uncle Tom, you know, it's just all of that. I just think that those images that contributes to the image that people have of black people just staying in that.
You know what, Rebel? Not only black people, it's white superiority. So whenever you see a Speedy Gonzalez and Mexican people can't even be human, they have to be mice. That's that.
Oh, the Asian cartoons with the eyes that are like really slanted, like barely slits.
The Indians, me chief, da 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 da. All of that. And I don't blame the Indians. If you're going to use my Seminoles of Florida State or use the Braves, then you need to pay me for it. You know, so yeah.
Yeah, I definitely feel they should do away with that image because it's just it's derogatory. It's not a positive image to have.
Period. You're absolutely right, Rebel. Puriana to the Purier. And while we removing stuff, while we on that hype, while we taking things down, we might as well go ahead and remove all the statues and pictures and images of white Jesus, because we all know that ain't real. What you think, Rebel?
First off, I'm spiritual. I'm not a Bible follower, to be quite honest with you. I used to read Aesop's Fables and Mother Goose nursery rhymes when I was a kid. But I think that that whole image of white Jesus, it's been beaten to slaves. I mean, it was beaten to slaves and it was passed down. And you know, that's why the whole, even the organized religion thing, I just, you know, I have people in my family that went to school for theology, Southern Baptist. I went to Vacation Bible School. I do think that it plays a part. The Bible keeps people sometimes morally grounded. Sometimes they've used it for enslavement. But the image of a white Jesus, I think that it definitely, it's just like, to me, like Santa Claus or something, you know. What I think about it, I don't think about that because it doesn't, you know, I look at it for what it's worth. For me personally, my family's Southern Baptist primarily, but I'm not into organized religion. And I think that whole white Jesus thing is something, again, to make white people be like the white savior to save all the primitive savages.
Okay, on period. Captivating Christian, what's going on with white Jesus? You taking him down or what?
Yeah, definitely taking him down. But I think that everybody who, a lot of people who, to me, at this point, when you have a white Jesus sitting up there, you're like, oh, it doesn't matter what color Jesus is. But if you follow the Bible and you are a person that follows the Bible word for word, if you do so, you would know that in the Bible, it describes Jesus as no white man with straight blonde hair. So I'm confused.
Middle East, Africa, really.
I'm confused then. So then, therefore, you then are going against the Bible itself. And then what's your... Then you have no argument. Even when you say, you know, you can't do this or you shouldn't be doing this, you have no argument if you're sitting up there with a white Jesus on your...
Yes, it irritates my spirit right here when I go into a black church and they have a huge picture of white Jesus. Not that I have anything against it, but in the Bible, it particularly says that we should not worship idols, okay? And he's talking about pictures, images, statues, all of that stuff. So we need to get rid of all of it, in my opinion. But moving right along, Tristan, how do you feel about white Jesus? You keeping them? Or are you throwing them away?
Throw it away. Start all over from the beginning, please.
Facts.
Exactly. I'm all about facts. Like, and clearly that is not right. Y'all missed the mark. It ain't correct. Yeah, I'm not here for it at all. But I mean, religion and talking about Christ and all that, that's just a whole nother topic of discussion for me personally. Because I felt like our people didn't really get into all that. But you know, we that's a whole nother topic of discussion.
Okay.
Well, I'm about that topic of discussion, and I think Black people are misinformed about who are Christians. Saint Augustine
Exactly.
of Hippo was the first bishop in Alexandria, Egypt. So you don't let people take your history and then make them and whitewash it. Jesus can't go to Egypt unless he looked like Egyptians. So, you know, I'm just saying.
It's great to escape persecution, no less.
Of course, Moses' wife, Miriam's hands turned back to the right color. So you know, Gehazi, who was Elijah's servant, went away leprous, white as snow, and to be on his generation forever. See, when you really get into the word and not just read it and go and throw your money and shout and fall out, and when you really read it and study it, then you really know what's going on there. So I don't care I don't care who Jesus you have in your a church. If you're Black, if Black Jesus work for you, let it work. If you're Chinese and Chinese Jesus work for you, let Chinese Jesus work for you.
They have Buddha.
If you're Russian Jesus, let Russian Jesus work for you. All I'm saying is that when it gets to the point where that is your superior thing, and this is what it says, that I have a problem with that. And I think, like Tristan said, facts are facts. And if you're going to do it, then let's do it. But again, it comes to superiority. You know, that's what it comes to. We don't understand that in the day, the people who were north of Greece were considered barbarian. People who were not Greek or in the Roman area, anything in Germany, France, and up there, they were considered barbarian. And I think we missed that point as well. So, you know, it is what it is. Whatever your belief is, but if you're going to do it right. Black Jesus, you know, white Jesus. It does bother me to see white Jesus in Black churches. It bothers me because that means you really do your study.
Absolutely. So, Brother Jay Wilson, because I got to ask you the question differently than everybody else because you want to be technical in things. Okay. So, when it comes to idolatry, okay, do we keep the idols or do we get rid of that?
Well, it depends if you're on the Eastern side of Christianity or the Roman Catholic. And iconoclasm is not what I deal with. I don't need to see an image. You know, God is a spirit and we must worship him in spirit and truth. So at the end of the day, I don't need a figurehead or something to, you know, do what I need to do. So, you know, that's why I can't go into a lot of Catholic churches with all them statues and crying Marys and Mary bleeding blood out of her eye. Oh, I don't got time for that. I don't got time for that. All them gargoyles and stuff. No. And in history, that's why we have the Catholics and the non-Catholics. I can't think of it now, golly. And that's why we don't have a lot of statues in our churches because, of course, they thought modesty and not having that stuff would be the best way. Protestants, thank you, Protestants.
Absolutely. Well, I, for one, say get rid of all of it, okay? We don't need nothing but the words in the Bible, okay? We don't need no pictures. We don't need no statue. We don't need none of that. You know what y'all don't, what else y'all don't need? Y'all don't need my tithes and offering. Did y'all? I'm just saying. Anyways, moving right on. We have a bonus question, okay? Shout out to Slay Day, okay, for the $20 super chat. She wants to know, how do we feel about celebrating the 4th of July? Do we keep it or do we let it go? Going right around, Jay Wilson, how do you feel about the 4th of July?
You know what? If you're a wealthy landowner and if you're a corporation, the 4th of July is for you. If you were a poor person, whether black or white, it wasn't. Because that wasn't what, and for black people, we were not even considered when that was written. So I celebrate Juneteenth. I'm glad that America, and this is the sad part. We fought in every war and still don't have the equal rights. We still are treated like second-class citizens. So my thing is, I don't celebrate that because I think it's imaginary. All men are created equal. Hell no. If that's the case, then we wouldn't have all of these black men dying. I mean, they just had a black man in Colorado. We're finding out that died. The man said, I'm an introvert. He was just walking. It was a mask. He was cold. And they killed him. They put that chokehold on him. And you think I feel like I'm a part? Absolutely not. Our servicemen who went and fought, the Tuskegee Airmen have been honored. But yet they have more respect in Europe than their own country. And they helped to fight to keep us, the America we are, but yet they can't even get recognized and treated like dirt when they get back home. No, I don't celebrate it.
Absolutely. And just to go back to my tithes and offering statement real quick, I do pay my tithes and offering. I just don't believe that it is a requirement of the Lord. Okay? I don't. So
first of all, I don't believe in tithes because we ain't in the temple system no more. Don't get me started on that. I'm sorry. You started that, but we ain't in no temple system no more. Okay.
We can go back and forth all day, okay? Yes. Rebel Son, you celebrating 4th of July or what's good?
Actually, no, I don't celebrate it. I mean, I work for the 4th of July. It's not one of those holidays that I've looked at as being, just something that if I'm off that weekend, I'm okay. And, I look forward to getting the holiday pay for working on that day. I mean, at nighttime, my family may pop firecrackers, but I hadn't did it in a while. So, to me, it's like St. Patrick's Day. I don't look at it as any, it's just not a July the 4th, independence, we weren't blacks were still looked at as second class citizens. So, I mean, it's just, I would celebrate King birthday. I think King birthday should be, more across the board as far as celebrating than July the 4th.
Well, I hope they have a good mock funeral. God bless them. Go on, Payne. That's somebody else. But
We're
I'm
praying for them over here.
Money.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks for the super chat.
That van and that interior that's falling. But anyway, I'm sorry.
Yes, absolutely. Actually, I would like one of my moderators to go ahead and remove that comment because we don't. This is just free zone over here. So y'all know what to do. We don't do no dusty comments, okay? We don't want to know none of that. We praying for those type of people over here, though. Okay. Anyway, moving right along. Okay, Captivating Christian, are you celebrating the 4th of July?
If you're free, you can celebrate it. I'll let that sink in. So if you ain't free, why would you celebrate independence if you don't have none? Mm-hmm. But no, I don't. When I was younger, of course, the whole fireworks thing, and you get to stay out later than usual. That was a huge thing. But of course, as I got older, it was like, we ain't free, in that vernacular, of course, because we're not. Every day. And since America and the rest of the world got to wake up and see a black person die at the hands of police, although a lot of us have become so accustomed to it that it has become somewhat of a routine. Since they got to see it live and in color and on camera and on screen, now it's begin to be a problem, which, okay, thanks. I hope it brings forth independence so then we can all celebrate and be free of something. But until then, no, I'm good.
Absolutely. And Tristan, how about you?
I will not be celebrating this year. Not that I ever do in the past. It's not something that's, again, a major holiday for me. I don't really have much to say about that particular topic. Is that I hope that the people who are going out to celebrate is safe and they enjoy themselves. But I'll be at home. I celebrated for Juneteenth, and that's the only thing that mattered to me. Okay.
Absolutely.
I will say this real quick. If you do happen to celebrate it, make sure you keep your social distancing because COVID is on the rise. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
For real.
Period. Periana to the Puree. I myself will be turning up on that day, but I do not celebrate the 4th of July. I just take advantage of the holiday to get together with friends and family and turn up. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Here, you got the day off with pay.
4th of July for you.
You said what?
Every weekend you can make it a 4th of July.
Okay.
Well, my ex
Definitely.
said it would be 4th of July in the bedroom because fireworks always went off there.
You're so crazy.
Okay. Different way of looking at it.
Woo! Okay, so I'm so glad that them serious topics are done. Okay, how was that, y'all? Y'all done itching and scratching and sweating over there? Yeah, I was asking hard questions.
Hydrocortisone or something for that.
I know.
Okay, on period. It was getting hot. The conversation today was lit. Okay.
Your lips are popping. I just want to let you know that your lips are popping. And I like okay.
And then you got captivated looking like Spock over here. Okay.
That's from my thing. I get it twisted.
Oh, okay. Them eyes are snatched.
Absolutely. So it wouldn't be a show if I didn't talk about sex at some point. Y'all know Official King Pan always come with the sex talk. Okay, oh period. You want to see the sex talk? Okay, oh period. So let's get into it. I want to see everybody have sex talk right now. Okay, Rihanna.
To the period. We got it.
Starting with you, Captivated.
Okay.
Is there a sexual fetish that turns you off as a gay man?
Yes. People that's into like fisting and all that kind of bull crap. That's disgusting.
You don't like a good fisting?
I don't know. And I don't want to be fisting.
No, you got big hands?
That's
Tell somebody.
No, I don't want to be fisting nobody because no, that's you can walk around with an extra bag if you want to on your own time, but I will not contribute to that. That's nasty. Take that back where you got it from, the white jeans.
Absolutely. Period. So yeah, I would have to agree with you. I do think that fisting is a turn off, especially when the fist comes out and the way that the anal is set up.
Doing this and they be going like this and doing this. I'm like, oh.
And then you have like that jar of Crisco on the side. Yeah.
Like, oh, whatever they do.
And they just be putting all kind of stuff up there. Like it's just so disgusting. Like how do you have that much room in your ass?
It feel good. No way. And then you gonna sit there. You think you actually gonna have enjoyable sex, or your partner's gonna enjoy the sex with you. You open it all outdoors. Yeah, right. Come on. You like a buffet at Golden Corral, just straight open. Come on, everybody sit down and eat. Like no.
Okay.
That's
yes, disgusting. Yeah, I don't like that. Are there any women in the comments that like to be fisting? Y'all let me know.
I think they're going to remain hidden in the bushes. They're not going to come out for that.
Right. That's
y'all drop a 1 if you like it, drop a 2 if you don't like it. Okay? Okay. So moving right along, Tristan. Okay. Is there a sexual fetish that turns you off as a gay man?
The whole like pissing and defecating, like situation
water sports
that people are into, I can't get you anywhere. But people do that. People are into. I know people who have experienced those situations. I can't really get into it. But yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, it sounds very smelly. I can't even look at that type of porn. Like that's out. Like I might glance at a fisting every now and then, like just really fast. But I would literally like throw up if I came across a video with somebody taking a shit on someone else. Like that's just
somebody taking a shit was totally like
Two girls in one cup.
But that was disgusting. But pissing, I don't know. Somebody did ask me. I didn't oblige, but I said I'll think about it. But I mean, well,
it sounds like.
First of all, I drink a lot of water, so
you a fan of the golden shower, huh? That's how you got all that yellow skin over there.
It would be lightly golden. Okay, thank you very much.
Your life like is golden.
Light.
I don't think that I can stay erect.
Color to it. It can't be fully clear. It's not good.
I don't think that I can stay erect if somebody pissed on me. I would be so upset.
Well, I think the pissing usually happens after.
Especially they've been drinking a bunch of 211s or some bull or some old English, and then
for me, the pissing, if even if I was to consider it hypothetically, the pissing can be afterwards because I couldn't see myself like.
So wait.
That's right.
So are you pissing on someone, or are they pissing on you?
Oh no, I'm pissing on someone. Let's be clear.
Oh, so you're not opposed to pissing on someone. But you just don't want to get pissed off.
No, I'm slightly opposed to it, but they asked me, and I said I'll think about it. But I mean, that's not something that like, ooh, let me piss on you. Like it's not a thing for me. But
they wasn't offering no money. That's what it was.
Say it's like changing.
If they came with the bag, you probably would have did it.
I don't know about that either. That would depend on how much was in the bag.
Okay, on period.
I ain't that hard up for somebody's little bag.
They focusing on Brother J face right now. So let's move right on to Brother J, because I know Brother J got something up in that head over there. Brother J, is there a sexual fetish that turns you off as a gay man?
What they just said. That's really nasty. That's nasty. Oh my God. First of all, it sounds like it's painful, and then people be getting hepatitis and stuff, and pain and stuff. Oh, that's some nasty stuff. Why can't it just be all like, okay sex? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm not saying the person got to open their mouth and me pee in their mouth. It's on them, so they just
they like that one sensation.
Brother J, what about ejaculation?
Animal stuff. People dressing in animal costumes and hunching. What's that all about? Talking about some wolf and stuff and hunching. I don't get with that. I don't get with that.
I don't like that either. Yeah, what is that called? Anybody know what that's called?
What part?
I don't like that when they put on the mask like dogs and stuff.
It's called like furries or something like that. Like
they put on
the dog,
it's pets or something.
Head and stuff, and then they be having on fox heads and stuff.
Oh no, that's too far.
They be having like they be messing up.
And then one other thing I like is people hitting folks. All this punching in the chest and stuff.
Wait, but the slapping though, I mean,
that's kind of hot.
Well,
it's hard to do the one who's slapping. But I don't know that because see, y'all getting
that may lead to a fight right there.
Y'all getting set up on case. Somebody gonna say that they abuse me, and you see they don't put all these marks on me. See, I don't do that kind of stuff because
well, sometimes pain is pleasure, and someone like me might like a little pain.
Okay, well,
I'm just saying, that's all I'm saying.
I almost said something, Tristan. I know you like pain because you got a lot of tattoos.
Oh, more than you can even see.
I know. I can imagine.
Okay. Period. Period to the period.
Do you have a Prince Albert?
No.
Okay.
The conversation is getting heated.
We got a
Okay.
little solid after
Yes.
that. Everybody had to ponder that to say,
I was close a little bit. I was close.
I'm
I'm
shy.
telling you.
So you were right, Rebel. It's called the furries. Okay. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the furries. I don't like that. And I hate. Yeah, I'm gonna do some. We should have a
It's be on
conversation
that
about that.
bestiality tease. They be giving me bestiality tease.
Absolutely.
You know, right.
Yeah, I need to do some research and on that because I know I'm not a fan of it. I see them all the time when I'm scrolling through Jacked and stuff. I'm like, oh my god.
What if the mask is leather and not like a furry animal?
It doesn't matter.
BDSM,
You don't like
no.
I'm a
24
Matrix.
Shades of Grey, or you like that? Just
You said, do I like that?
50
No.
Shades of Grey. I'm sorry, 50
No,
Shades.
no, I'm not necessarily because I wouldn't know what to do. Like you, like hit me. I'm like hard or like okay, but I mean,
I don't have a problem with tapping, but I'm talking about slapping folk all across. That you know, and
yeah, I'm not talking about beating someone. Like some people
okay.
are into that, but I'm talking about a good little slapping, like not your average like pop, just like like really getting it when you're in the groove of.
Yeah.
And if you like role play, could you please tell people before you start? Because I'm just saying.
You don't like role play?
Well, no. I was in a situation way before I was married, but
you got to make sure you say that.
You said wait before you was married.
These people on YouTube, baby. But so this boy was like, "You're hurting me," and I'm like, "Oh my god!" Then I stopped, and he said, "No, keep on." Okay, and so that role play stuff. They in that role play. You got to let folk know. That's all I'm saying. You got to let people know.
That's crazy. Rebel Son. There I go. Is there a sexual fetish that turns you off as a gay man?
The water sports, the fisting. It was a white guy. I was at this club here, and a white guy, he waddled over to me, and he was like, "Do you like water sport?" It was like he had a general conversation. He said, "Are you into water sports?" And this was years ago, and I was like, "Well, like sometimes we go out on the lake," or I did not know. Because let me tell you, black gay people generally don't say bears and water sports. When I told you a story about the guy said, "Are you into bears?" And I'm like, as pets? I mean, what the hell?
And we don't do that animal stuff.
Oh, but I don't in the whole voyeur thing. Listen, I don't like people watching me. I'm used to someone that would want to, have sex on a balcony or just, or someone watching, the thrill of possibly getting caught. I don't want to do jail time, so I'm not a person that would want to. I don't like watchers, and I don't like heavy S&M. I like a little light S&M, but just a little, a little choke every now, a little pressure on the neck, holding the neck or something. That's all hot. But you got to have a safe word. And as far as
I knew it.
A safe word. Stop.
If someone's gasping for air, I think you've gone a little too far. But if you're holding, or if a person is, I think that's really hot if you do a little of it, but leaving a palm print on someone's ass or someone doing it to you, no, that's too much. Just
like prison stuff to me.
You're like,
I don't know what y'all going through over there. Y'all feel like y'all
okay.
It's mine. Like you.
And I know those New Orleans boys, Tristan.
You know who that
is? Yes.
Okay.
Unlike you, Rebel, I'm not opposed to a little public play, okay? A little card play, a little public play, little play at the mall, a little play at the park, a little play in the bathroom, at the restaurant, a little Denny's play, you know what I'm saying? Oh, no. You know what I'm saying?
Were you that person on Pornhub in that bathroom at Burger King?
Ooh,
absolutely not.
Telling on yourself.
I don't do the cameras now. I don't do the cameras. I if somebody else is so happy to record, then I'm not gonna stop doing what I'm doing.
But I will say this though, because you when you said that and everybody was talking, it did pop in. Like drugs. If you do your drugs, please do your drugs before you meet me. I don't want to see you sniffing nothing I don't need you to take no breaks in the bathroom.
No poppers.
I don't even know what those are.
I don't like
Oh,
poppers.
come on, you know what a popper
Like
is.
tape
No,
standard.
I've heard of them and what they do, but I personally never use them.
I don't use poppers either. I don't have no reason.
I smoke weed before and after.
I mean, something. Take a drink. Something. I don't
A
need you.
drink.
Something to all that.
And take a bath. Okay, that's another
Well,
thing.
that's a given, Jay.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a
that was
given.
kind of like
That's a
mandatory.
given.
Some people like that right stuff.
You've had some right stuff.
Oh, I mean, come on, Rebel. You from Houston. For real.
I know Houston very well.
Okay, you from
You
Houston.
know, we got some little seedy. Let me tell you, some people listen. If you worked out at the gym, you need to come get in the shower. Just I don't want to smell musty.
Some people are turned on by
A natural man's scent smells good.
Okay, yes.
Okay,
It
I
definitely
like
does.
I think there's probably a level of 1 through 10.
There's a difference in natural male scent. That's the natural male scent. Like I didn't put no cologne on, but I just came over, and that's my natural.
Yeah.
Compared to
Musk,
I spent hour and a
musk
half
is a natural smell.
Working on the
my whole
no.
entire
You've been working on cars all day.
I'm gonna come over here and put these sweaty, slappy balls and slap them up against your. Yeah, no thanks. That's
Okay.
people like
For
that.
me,
Some people like
for
that.
me as a gay man, a sexual fetish that turns me off is men in pantyhose. Okay, I don't want to see my man in no girl panties. You would
Wait a minute. Where did this come from? That's California.
not believe how many times
you do
it's happened to me.
everything else, but you don't
You would
want to.
not believe how many times that has happened to me. I meet this guy and for some reason.
I remember you said that.
Yeah, you did say that, but that's not. That's really.
Well, is it fishnets or is it nylons?
I don't like
It was his girlfriend's panties. Like he literally took some
But
panties out of his girl.
were they like boy cut? Oh, I mean that's sexy. Though.
No, it wasn't boy cut at all. It was like
It was so sexy.
it was like
I
it was
don't
not
like
sexy.
that.
Mm-mm.
I don't like those men pantyhose like underwear things. I don't think that's cute. It's too feminine. It's too feminine for me.
I couldn't do it.
I prefer.
And then the panties didn't even fit him right.
Yeah,
His girl must have been bigger
I
than
like a good pair of drawers now. A good pair of
A jock
Great.
strap, a
Boxer
thong,
briefs.
something like that.
Yes.
I don't need Victoria's Secret all up on you like that. And unless you're extreme like a bodybuilder or something, I don't know. Masculinity gotta cancel out that. So I don't know.
I had someone to come over before, and we had talked about hooking up. When he came over, he had like a little backpack, and I was like, "Okay, is he gonna pull some drugs out in you?" He was like, "Let me change." So he changed, and I went in the kitchen. I was doing something.
Yeah,
I come back in the room. He's laid down with a teddy on and like a garter belt. Now keep in mind, you're about 6'2", 200 pounds, nice built body. It was so odd to see a garter belt and some fishnet type of red stockings. What the hell?
What did you do?
That's all.
What did you do?
Listen, I went through
the panties off.
I had committed. I committed to it already.
Cake that was decorated for
What
him.
did you go through with? What did you go through with?
Say that again.
What did you go through with? Because if you was wearing the panties and the garters and stuff, then
I think he just liked to wear it because he had it on. Because see, I know what you fishing for, but he I ain't biting that. I ain't biting that hook.
like that T-girl sex. I'm just saying.
And I was like, it was so odd to see his body shape in that.
It was a little boxy.
Yeah,
but you
because it
went
was
through
made
with it.
for
You
him.
just forced yourself to go through with it and do it. You such a trooper rebel.
Look at Lotus Flower. Oh Lord.
Okay,
I
on
think you
period.
shouldn't define. I think you don't have to
He
be.
wanted to be
I
smacked
think
like a
I'm
whip.
very open to different things. I'm open to different stuff because you want to try different things.
I
But
don't know, though, but you said that man had came and he was looking transgender and you didn't want to do it.
well, and when I went to Dallas, the guy that came to hang out, he told me he used to be a dancer, but I didn't know that had meant like a female type of dancer. And he had came in with an apple bottom jeans, like a low cut.
Apple bottoms.
Yeah, and this was years ago. He had like apple
Oh,
bottom. And I called my friend downstairs and I said, Lee, please tell me, is that a man or a woman in that car? Because I know he kept going down the parking lot. And he was a man, but it looked like he had took hormones or something. And he
You
was
weren't as
skinny.
open as you thought you were.
Yeah, no, because listen, I'm a gay, and my other thing that I'm not into is like gay men that hunts. If you always want some trade is not for relationships. Trade is a temporary distraction. Get your okay.
Oh, you done hit somebody in the head. You done hit somebody in the head.
Ting 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 ting.
So and,
yeah,
the thing is, I think that's so. We as gay men, we're so caught up with trade and wanting this image of uber masculinity, this hypo, just this thug that turns out to be a-holes. They look at gay men as just something to get off with. A lot of times, they're not looking at a serious relationship.
A lot of times, but then when you put it on them right, like they really want it, make them feel right. You know that Brandy song, okay? You can change their mind. You can really make them fall in love, and that happens to me a lot.
That is a temporary situation, okay? When you have to alter who you are for trade because they in the closet about their own lifestyle, I ain't got time for it.
Right.
At all.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Never alter.
I'm gonna say this though: the people who go through those great lengths to hide it are the biggest freaks. I'm telling you. I went to Huntsville, Alabama,
and the ones, especially that in the church ones.
In my life in Huntsville.
Period.
Okay.
So let's talk about men. I want to talk about men now. We talk about sex. Let's talk about some men. Okay, we've done this before, but it was a little different because those men that Jay Wilson had. I don't know where you found it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where you found it.
When you show the pictures of the men, Jay, when you showed the pictures.
Which men?
When you showed the pictures of the men, which one would you be interested?
No, I can't help it. Let me say this. Don't hate.
Nobody's
hating.
No, nobody's hating. They were just they were for gay men, they were for gay men as we are and we socialize in the community that are very superficial and all that kind of stuff. They were very just like, oh, he's nice. It wasn't like none that you be in the club like,
oh, you talking about those men? Oh, I thought you was talking about.
You talking about somebody you were dating?
Okay, I thought you was talking about the people that I dated before I got my boo. Okay, you talking about those men?
We know it was everybody was before your boo.
Nobody.
When you get a man, you know what you got to do as well. That's all I'm saying.
I wouldn't know who you dated.
Yeah, I was about to say I didn't know who you dated.
I don't know.
You didn't know who you dated, so
I don't know. If
you was just looking to feel some type of way.
Who knew you were a virgin when you met him? Right?
You were telling on yourself because nobody knows who you dated before now.
No, it was on the community page. You just like.
Well, I
didn't see it either.
Well,
I didn't see it either.
Go back and scroll through. You'll see it.
I didn't lay. I'm on time.
Oh, that's too much.
What was that top thing? Okay, what was that? Eyebrows on fleek. What was that again?
Excuse me?
Yes.
Okay, anyway, moving on.
Okay, moving right along, man. Let's talk about some men, okay? So I'm just going to say some men. These are celebrity men. We all know who they are. I'm going to ask you guys. We're going to go around, and we're just going to say which one you would keep. You guys played this game before. I played this game with my friends before. We just call out some names, and you pick one. Okay, so I got a list of men here, a lot of them. So we're just gonna go through the list. I'm gonna call out some names. Okay, so Will Smith or Barack Obama?
Or why are we comparing?
Barack Obama.
You got to pick one.
Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Barack.
Okay. Moving right along. Kevin Hart or Jamie Foxx?
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx.
We already know about that.
Hell no. Kevin Hart is cute. Y'all tripping. I'll say Kevin
Kevin
Hart.
Hart is a
Well, I mean,
pocket.
Kevin Hart
He's
is
a pocket.
smaller.
That'd be a pocket game.
He might have a little nice little booty though. He is
Yeah, he got a
small.
nice booty, and he can sit it on the table. Okay, oh
But
period.
Jamie Foxx already in the game.
Jamie Foxx, all right. I would definitely
Jamie
go with
Foxx
Kevin
is
Hart.
sexy.
I would definitely go with Kevin over Jamie, and I would go with Will over Barack. Okay, Barack is a little old. I ain't sucking no old peen like that. Okay. Moving right along. LL Cool J or Tyrese Gibson? Yes.
LL Cool J.
Tyrese.
Tyrese. Okay. Period. I love me some chocolate, girl. Quit playing. So
I mean, chocolate's good, but Tyrese is a little.
Yeah, Tyrese is.
LL Cool J ain't. I mean, you know, he been in New York.
LL Cool J been fine. He gonna continue to be
LL Cool J is fine,
He is from.
but I like chocolate.
I'll take the iconic LL Cool J.
But he's old, Tristan.
That's fine. What that mean? He well seasoned for me.
Oh no, that was
yeah.
You may said the old. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Tyrese is just as old as LL.
Because Will Smith is just as old as Barack Obama, truth be told.
Nah. Well, Will Smith still look good as hell.
The only reason why they chose Will Smith because he played that gay role.
He jumped off the damn bridge.
Patricia, right? She said crazy peen is good. That's what Patricia said.
Yeah, crazy peen is good. Then you end up with broken shit or shit that's fucked
Exactly.
Oh, here go a good one. Wesley Snipes or Denzel Washington?
Denzel Washington.
Wesley Snipes crazy too.
Wesley Snipes.
I would go with Wesley Snipes.
Crazy.
Yes. Wesley got that party. Okay. Yes. I'm all here for Wesley. Yes. God. Okay. Anyway, move right on. Bow Wow or Romeo?
Romeo.
Throw it away. The whole thing.
No,
Bow Wow is too irritating. Bow Wow, he went on his anti-gay rants and stuff.
Throw them both away. I'm not a child molester.
Yes, throw them both away.
Them is grown men's.
Throw them both away. I'm not a child molester.
Bow Wow's a nice guy. I've seen him in person.
I would go with Bow Wow too.
I mean, Romeo well over Bow Wow. Bow Wow's a young, immature.
He made the rants about gay people. No.
Romeo is ready for me though. I if I had to choose, like really had to choose, and like think about like if they were both proposing, if they both proposed to me and I had to make a choice, I would have to go with Romeo because Romeo ready and he ain't got a whole bunch of thoughts running after him right now. His dad raised him right, okay? Set him up just for me to come in and take over. Excuse me. So Pharrell Williams or John Legend?
For real.
Yeah,
John Legend.
I'll go with Pharrell too.
John Legend sessions look very boring.
Yeah.
Well, I heard
John Legend sessions look boring.
not what I heard.
Well, I'll let y'all have all of
John Legend
is a firecracker, so he's got to be doing because she's a mess in and of herself. So
I typically don't go for the lighter skin guys, so you know.
No, John Legend. He's a legend in Springfield, Ohio, where he's from.
Yeah, I mean, it keeps her in check a bit because she's a bit of a firecracker her damn self. So I'm sure he got something.
Okay. Snoop Dogg or DMX?
Snoop Dogg.
That's bad. None.
Throw them both away.
Snoop Dogg.
Throw them both away.
I'm from the West Coast. Snoop Dogg because he got swag.
Itching in your booty.
He gonna smoke that blunt and give you what you need.
Pee hole. Throw them both away because you will end up with something.
Popping like it's hard. No.
Yeah, don't do Snoop Dogg like that.
Popping like
Now, if you had to choose,
I don't think DMX.
I neither. They like to dip and dive. They like to dip out a lot.
Yeah, I will have to go with Snoop Dogg because he will smoke me out. Okay, you absolutely
Thank
right. I
you.
had to forget it. Yeah, Snoop Dogg wins all day.
And dog you out.
Snoop Dogg got swag. He know how to talk to you. You know, all sexy in your ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
And then
Period.
you can go mess with somebody else and come back. Just like a dog.
It's just for one night only.
Drop it like it's hot.
Yes.
Few nights.
50 Cent or P. Diddy?
Oh,
Throw them both away.
50 Cent.
50 Cent. I'm going 50.
50 Cent when he first came. 50 Cent when he first came out with
If a gun was to my head, I
he
said
got shot and stuff.
Yeah, 50 Cent, because you know P. Diddy got that big overbite and he might snip something off or something. He got big
Give
teeth.
you a whole hysterectomy, take your
He got big teeth.
take the whole package with him. Just snip. Oops.
He got big teeth.
Usher or Chris Brown?
Usher
Chris
Chris Brown.
Look, I got
I take Chris Brown.
all allegations, Chris Brown.
Usher's burning. No, thank you.
Usher got too much stuff going on in his life right now.
On fire. Okay.
Usher, right? Exactly. Let it burn.
Let
By
it
yourself. Okay.
He's been burning. Okay?
Yeah.
He's been burning. Let it burn. He's been burning.
Oh yeah, Usher got
Now,
that.
Chris
clap,
Brown be
okay?
beat your ass while y'all doing
He
it.
got more than he got the
Guess what?
he got the whole audience going.
I
like,
take the chance on Chris Brown because he look like he know what he doing. Okay.
right.
Yeah, I think I might even have to go with Usher because I've seen the way that Chris Brown's penis is set up, and it's not really that flattering.
Well, a herpes penis.
It ain't about what it look like. He still ain't what to do.
Package.
A penis that's burning ain't that flattering either. All them bumps and humps on the view.
Okay.
Oh, to play with you.
Hang out and it look like the surface of the moon.
Who
Come
like
on.
that? Where you about to put that in you? Yeah, right.
All of a sudden,
What about?
all of a sudden you got ZT lips.
Oh Lord!
Did I say that? Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Oh, you are so crazy. Oh, he gonna be talking about us tomorrow.
Yeah.
He's in the bushes right now.
Definitely watching.
Recuperating.
What about Omarion or Drake?
Or Marion.
Omari.
Yeah,
I'm on Drake.
Drake seemed a little fluffy.
Drake seems a little fluffy. Not only that, but he will flip it almost like for me, and it's just my personal opinion, that he may flip his that other card just when stuff starts to get a little hot. He seems like he might just be like, oh.
All right, this is the last one. Would you guys take Michael B. Jordan or Michael J. White?
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan. Wakanda forever, baby.
Oh,
Y'all sleeping on Michael White. Michael J. White is the one from
yeah, Michael J. White is from
Tyler Perry.
Why did I
Yes.
get 1 and 2?
Why Did I Get Married? Yeah.
And
Oh,
then-
girl, y'all sleep on him. Girl, that's me all day. Okay, I'm here. I love me, so I think.
But not a
Like,
time.
But remember, he played Mike Tyson. So when I see him, all I see is Mike Tyson, and I can't. All I hear is and I can't get past that. So Michael B. Jordan.
he played Mike Tyson. I didn't see that.
In the biopic. They did a Mike Tyson biopic. He was
Cynthia ex-husband.
who's
Okay.
I thought y'all asked the question.
who's that husband? Wait, I missed it.
So
No, her baby daddy.
Who?
Leon.
Oh yes,
Oh.
Cynthia
this
baby.
show went by so fast. So fast. It was a phenomenal show today.
Questionable.
Shout out to everybody.
Oh.
Shout out to everybody in the audience. Shout out to everybody commenting. Shout out to everybody being proactive and interactive with the gentleman's panel. Okay, right now we're fastly approaching the end of the show, and I have just one question left. One gotta go, fellas. One has got to go. Yes. And here it is. Let me lay it on y'all. One has got to go. Okay. So this is in a relationship. Okay. One has got to go. You got to deal with everything else. Okay. You can deal with everything else, but this you cannot deal with. Okay. A cheater, a broke man that lives with his mom, a small penis, a married man, or a liar. Okay, one gotta go. You can deal with everything else, but this is just you can't deal with this. It's the icing on the cake. You're done. Okay, one gotta go. You a cheater. You're broke. You live with your mom. You have a small penis. You're married with kids, or you're a liar. What's the icing on the cake? Let's start with captivating Christian.
Good you asked. I'll take this real quick. It's a liar because penis, I ain't gonna use it. I'm good. I got my own. You being broke, I live with your mama. That could be fixed and worked out. You being a cheater, we can work on that, I guess, maybe. And that all depends on how good the butt is, but
Now we know what
that
you
liar,
said.
that liar, I can't, because one, I have to trust you. Like, I have to trust you. I will instantly give you my trust and trust you. And if you like renege on that, that's it. That's it. We don't even need to know. Ain't no, oh, no, we good. We good. We're so good. But yeah.
Absolutely. And Tristan.
Definitely can't do no cheater. Been through that, done that. Oh, I can't deal with none of them. I guess it'll be the same thing, the lying.
Okay, so the
You
lying
pick
is
so
the worst
many-
thing. Lying is the worst thing. So he can be married, he can have a small penis, he can live with a smile, he can be a
because
cheater as long as he don't
because
lie
if
about
he's
any
married,
of it.
listen,
Because
if he's married, it
I
means
didn't make
I'm
that
not gonna take him
commitment.
seriously.
Right. I didn't make that commitment in front of him and God. He made that commitment to God in front of the woman he married. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Like, yeah, I feel bad as a person. Like, yeah, I mean, I feel bad, but you made that commitment between you and God. That was on you, so that's on you. That's your thing. Ain't got nothing to do with me.
Absolutely. I, for one, don't play with married mans. Okay, on period. Rabo, which is the icing on the cake for you? Captivating and Tristan both said they can't deal with the liar. As long as he's upfront and honest about everything, they'll get it on. What about you?
To me, a liar and a cheater are one and the same. Because I mean, if he cheats, he's going to be lying to you. He's a liar. He may. I mean, it's like I can't trust you. So
No, not necessarily, because there's cheaters that don't lie. I know a guy I talk to every day. He has 3 girlfriends, and they all know about each other. So
So is it cheating? That's not cheating.
He's got that.
Cheating is someone that's doing something that you're not aware of. That's not
I
cheating.
think
That's
that
an
is
open
cheating is if you're.
relationship.
I don't think so because I guess.
It sounds like a
Cheating, you can
polyamorous
go cheating is
relationship.
grounds for divorce because you didn't know the person was cheating.
Right.
There are people that have open marriages with other people. That's not cheating. But
I think that if you're honest about it, if you're cheating and you're honest about it, it's cheating if you don't agree with it. I mean, if your partner doesn't agree, but they allow you to.
I'm with Rebel.
I mean, but the thing is, the whole definition of you're cheating on something that people don't know about. You're cheating on a test. You're cheating on a person. If you tell a person, I'm sleeping with this other person, they can either accept it or not, but you're not doing something that they're not aware of.
But they cannot accept it and stay with you is what I'm saying.
Well,
right?
Okay. Well,
they cannot be cool with it, but they're going to continue to entertain you. They're going to continue to have sex with you, and they're going to continue to accept your advances. They may not agree with the fact that you're stepping out on them every night, but I mean, it beats having to go find another man.
Yeah, but if they're cool with it, they may not. They don't like it, but they're accepting it because they're staying there. So I'm going to say liar because a liar is a lot of those, liars, cheaters. If you lie, I don't know.
And an open relationship goes both ways. Both the man and the woman can step out. In my opinion,
but that's not
the
cheating.
relationship that I'm describing. Only the man is the one stepping out. The women are all faithful.
But even if they're faithful, they're aware that he's doing something with other people. That's not cheating.
I think it's cheating. I think it's cheating if I expect you, if I want this, and you're not,
when you look at cheating,
meeting my needs, I think that it's cheating.
when you look at cheaters,
No, that's a person with low self-esteem.
the
That's
people
just
for pride. When you look at cheaters, it's like, oh my God. You won't never see nobody on cheaters talking about something. I know it.
Right.
yeah. I mean,
But it
No,
was
hey girl, you
Right.
don't never see that on cheaters. Somebody get beat up. Somebody
It
get
was my day. Why are you cheating on me on my day? It was my day to be with you, and you.
Okay.
I was with her. No, they didn't know nothing about the whole relationship. So no, I can't.
Mhm.
That was
I think that there's various forms of cheating, but that's neither here or there. And it really took us away from the question. Okay, so one gotta go. Period. You can deal with everything else except for this. You said that you cannot deal with a liar captivating. Tristan also said that he cannot deal with a liar. And Rebel also said it's the lying and the cheating. Correct?
the liar encompasses cheating, so I'm gonna say liar.
Okay. And Brother Jay Wilson.
Well, first of all, I agree with Rebel because a married man is a cheater. Okay, if you married and you stepping out, you cheated. And so I'm gonna go with the liar because
married with kids.
Okay, with kids.
Married nonetheless.
Right, you still married.
You can have a dog. You still married.
You can have a dog, a pet of any kind.
Well, for me, I could do with the lying a little bit, because I'm gonna catch you in every lie. It's not gonna help you to lie to me because I'm gonna catch your ass
like
back.
that? Would you want to live to always have to catch someone lying? Do you have to question? Would you want to question everything a guy is telling you?
No.
Absolutely not. But I mean, it happens, and you gotta learn how to deal with it.
You mess with trade, so yes, you do.
And so I have the ability to decipher when a hoe is keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? I'll be knowing.
Well, the trade is already lying to himself, so you know they're gonna lie. Period.
Exactly.
Period. So I deal with liars on a daily basis. So that's good. I can accept a small penis every now and then. I can deal with a broke man. I can deal with a broke man that lives with his mom. Most of the men I talk to are cheaters. You know what I'm saying? But what I do not, I'm not going to mess with a married man, especially one with kids. Period.
What if he has a girlfriend where he's living with kids?
Right.
That's fine. They're not married. If he wanted her, he would have put a ring on it. Okay, on period.
But it's still a commitment.
A lot of these men be in these situations
King Pain like that. King Pain like that. See, y'all don't know. I felt that in my spirit. I'm a pre-prophet. King Pain like that. Ooh, you getting that for JJ and you coming over here. Ooh, you a masculine man. I got you, King Pain.
I bet she ain't got it like me.
Okay, something bringing them back every day. Anyway, yeah, it's not even about all of that. It's not really.
You don't let him in the back door like you do.
Okay. She don't got the up like I do. She don't got the up like I do. She don't got that junk in her trunk that'll make your body shake. Okay, on period. And she can't do it right like I do. Yes, absolutely. You absolutely right. I don't know, but I don't do the married man. That's what I don't do. So, this has been an awesome show. The time just flew by. We're coming up on 2 hours. It don't even feel like it. What's going on, gentlemen? I'm about to go around. We're coming to a close. Everybody tell the people where they can find you and what you got going on. Starting with Tristan. Go ahead and tell the people how they can find you and what you have going on.
Don't tell them how they can find you, Tristan, because they'll come over.
You can find me at Tristan M. Joseph on Yahoo, Instagram, and YouTube. YouTube is beginning, starting stages for me right now. So sooner or later, I'll be uploading a lot of content for you guys to go and check out. But I really enjoyed myself tonight on the panel, and I hope y'all enjoyed me as well.
Absolutely.
Yes, they enjoyed you, Tristan. Mm-hmm.
Anyways, Captivating Christian, tell the people how they can find you and what you have going on.
You can find me at Captivating Christian CCN TV, where we're talking about politics, and I'll be off vacation, so I'll be back in the swing of things. I had to take a break and celebrate my birthday the right way, and that's just how it is. Yes.
Okay, over here celebrating for you, girl. My birthday in the morning, girl. I'm about to be like this. Okay, yes. 21 all over
I was gonna
again.
send you a flashlight, but they were sold out.
Oh,
Okay.
you could have just
Well, when they come back available, you know you can go and send that over. Okay,
Yeah,
period. Rebel Side, tell the people how they can find you and what you got going on.
you can find me, guys, over the Sun Tribe, Rebel Sun. I do carpool conversations. Also, I like to get my friends on, have a good kiki with my boys. But come over, just relax. I invite everyone over. It's not to, the roasting and gagging, that's cool for a temporary thing. But, if you want to hear stories, story times, experiences, life experiences, come over. Just sit. It's a lot of table talk. It's just sitting down like you're talking to your good Judies. That's it.
Absolutely. Yeah, you be having some interesting conversations over there. Rebel Son is a hoot and a cackle. He can. It's good. Y'all make sure y'all go check him out.
Check out my Duchess Kelly Love impersonating.
Yeah,
I sung a lot of his show tunes, so you can catch.
yeah.
I like it.
I particularly love the Tracy impersonations. I was like, this boy is crazy. Like I really be rolling on the floor. I'm like, he is a fool. Like you just like nailed her. Like you ever seen that show Nailed It? Like
and that's why she's
nailed it
right now, because she's not being nailed. But I plan on.
See what I mean? He good. He gets you like that. You see how he did that? How he puts it around? Very interesting to watch it. You keep.
Thank you, King. I appreciate
that. Brother Jay Wilson. Without further ado, tell the people how they can find you and what you got going on.
They can find me on Jay Wilson, on the letter J and Wilson on YouTube. And right now they're having a mock funeral. Tree Dog and Miss Gina with the low hanging ceiling. And believe it or not, Jaded Nerd, the word is I flagged his page, which I don't even go watch him. So I think that's what's happening now. But a 50-year-old man causing this much ruckus in the street, really? Anyway.
Did Tracy sing at your funeral? Is she singing at the funeral?
I don't know. She can't sing. So I don't think
she starts singing.
They got a whole production going on.
A whole production.
Wow, that's a lot of wasted energy.
I think
yes, but don't let any of that get to you, Brother Jay. That's just a whole bunch of dust stirring up, and when dust get together, it starts storming, and it's next thing you know, we're gonna see all kind of dust balls and shit. You make sure y'all get y'all cleaning supplies and check out my website for the Dusty Bitch Protective Kits, because
that's
on YouTube streets.
That Saharan dust is coming. That's what it is. That's Saharan dust.
Oh yeah, hair and dust, synthetic weaving dust, a whole lot of dollar store makeup and dust. Okay, over there. Yes. Anyways, this show has been awesome, guys. Phenomenal. I am the official Kingpin, all the way from the home of the lituation. Y'all already know we keep it lit. So what I have going on this week, as I've been telling everybody, it's my birthday, and don't nobody turn up like the official Kingpin, okay? I'm turning up in a city near you. I'm talking Los Angeles. I'm talking San Diego. I'm talking Las Vegas and back to San Francisco, period. A whole tour for my birthday. Y'all be there or be square. I'm going to be vlogging every day. Okay, because you guys said that you guys want me to vlog. You said that you liked it when I went on that cruise and I vlogged every day. So I'm transitioning into some vlogging for my vacation. Hope that you guys like it. Hope that you guys are there, okay? It's going to be turned up. If you guys are in any of these cities that I'm going to and you want to come to the lituation, all my people are welcome. Come through. Come turn up with me. I got y'all. Don't worry about nothing. When you with the king, it's good. Period.
I want to add something when you finish that. I want to show you. I was gonna say,
ahead.
the latest mishap that our friend in San Antonio had with the camera flipping on her, and we saw her in her natural state. This was because this one had escaped off her head. It's
Wow. He's so irritating.
She's running to the bushes to get up under there to get away from her, and that's
But thank you all for the birthday wishes. I like to see that.
Yes, happy birthday to you.
Cancer, Team Cancer, Cancer Gang. Shout out to all the cancers in the world. Yes.
okay.
Have you been, is it just me or have you been feeling that cancer? You know, the energy surrounding this month and the cancers is 3 times more energy than it has ever been. And I've been feeling it. God is blessing me. That's all I gotta say. Okay, oh, period. Well, it's truly been lit hanging out with you guys. The Gentleman Panel is every Thursday, same time, different places. Next week is going to be, I believe, on Jay Wilson's, right?
Yep, I do believe
Yes.
it will be on mine tonight at that time. So yes, it will be on Jay Wilson's channel.
Absolutely, and you guys can expect to be thoroughly entertained. Okay. Is there anybody have anything last thoughts?
I don't
Please.
think I told the people what I do.
Oh no, what do you do?
Just a
Okay,
makeup
so yeah,
artist.
so like I told everyone before, like I'm a self-taught makeup artist. So like that's what I do. I'm in the middle of like filming and editing and making tutorials and things like that. But also in the process of trying to get my esthetician's license since I've been back in California, so I can do stuff in like movie sets and things like that. So that's definitely my calling, and one of the biggest reasons I moved back home to kind of be focused on, my goals in my career.
Awesome.
Oh, kudos to you. Definitely.
I seen the girls in a comment asking about my skincare. Yes, I did a facial and all that stuff last night. I keep up with all that stuff.
Okay. I know that's right. I know that's right. Well, look, we've been here for 2 hours, and I know people is hungry. Okay, we don't do no slave work over here. Every 2 hours, we need a break. Okay, so okay, on period. So, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and close the show out now. It's been great hanging out with you guys. Make sure that you guys like this video, share this video. It's the best way to support your favorite content creator. Until next time. Wait, hold on. Let me play some music. Y'all want some music on the way out?
Please.
Put the money on the
Period.
floor.
On period. Y'all know we have to play my theme music. Hey, God. Hey, hey. Well, I see the pancake.
Yes,
Yeah.
come on, cakes.
Right. You got the birthday cake out. You got the birthday cake out.
All right,
Come on.
She's a savage bitch, bundle support. She runs for that money, she a door. Paying your needs, but she can take a look. Taking that ass till she can't no more. Drop that, break that, wiggle that back. Twerk that, work that, break that back. Break that back. Bend them knees, bend them knees till you can't no more. It's money on the floor.
Are we off? Are we still live?